By the way, I know you guys want to get on me about my fandom and stuff, but let me ask you this.
What's with you in the air quotes?
Because you've been using that a lot with me last week.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if you
right.
forgot already.
No,
It was
I
just
did
a few
that.
hours ago.
Yeah.
But what's worse? Guys like us who are longtime fans of teams, we've had glory, we've won championships, and yeah, we still talk trash.
Yes.
Or like when Jeffrey Wright called in, and he's talking all this noise about the Nets, and I'm like, the Nets have literally never done anything. They're the team who like bought their team, and now they're good, and now these Nets fans want to walk out super swole with their chest pumped out, and they haven't won anything yet. I'm like, that's a little bit more annoying than anything else, I think.
Well, look, TJ, if you could just look within to yourself.
No.
Just look within to yourself, TJ, and to that one team sport that you root for. And just understand, you Met fans, when you've got something going on, you puff your chest out like you own New York City. That's a fact.
Where do you see this?
I grew up with all of you. And I lump every Met fan together. My older brother is a diehard Met fan.
Mm-hmm.
I know within my own family, okay, when the Mets are let's go Mets, the plucky Mets or whatever, and the Mets are admittedly
way better,
the best team in New York right now in baseball. 100%. You can't even put the Yankees and the Mets on the same field in terms of roster, in terms of pitching, in terms of hitting, in terms of young stars who make contact.
You have two more wins than we do, man.
Dude, I understand that. I understand that, but the Mets are the better team. And we just saw what they did to the Padres this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got the better ace. I put DeGrom against Garrett Cole right now. But
I put DeGrom against Cy Young right now.
I'm basically buttering you up to kind of tear you down in a way.
Really? I had no idea that was happening.
But Nets fans have been looking at nothing but second-tier status. The Nets have been nothing but an afterthought in New York City. Mm-hmm. Nothing but it. Okay? They were started on Long Island when they had Dr. J. Then they had to move to New Jersey. And when they moved to New Jersey, when you're a Knicks fan and you're like, and they moved to New Jersey, it's just like, great. Enjoy, your jug handles and your, rest stops.
And diners.
Not pumping your own gas.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy that. That's
true.
not New York City life. You enjoy that, whatever. You're out there in New Jersey. And forget about the fact that, every Knick fan roots for an NFL team that plays in New Jersey. That disconnect and total, complete hypocrisy never dawns on the Knick fan, which, by the way, I know that scenario as well. So Jeffrey Wright was coming on and saying, what we built here in Brooklyn from scratch, what we built here in Brooklyn to attract Durant and Kyrie, and then that brings Harden in, is something that the Knicks can't have because their owner is a schmohawk. And that's a fact. And I'm not going down a Dolan wormhole here. So, TJ, to answer your question, since you asked it, yeah, he's puffing his chest out. And you could sit here and say you haven't won anything, and that's true. But they've got the best chance to win it all this year, and that's also true. And the Knicks are out. So they have every right to puff their chest out. And I think it would be the best matchup for the finals right now would be Nets-Clippers, where two teams who are second-tier status in their towns, the only towns in the NBA with two basketball teams, and the second-tier status teams are all on the court against each other, and one gets the chance to stride like a colossus across their basketball-loving town and stare the other nonstop braggarts in the face and say, no more. At least not now. And the other one would be Nets Suns, because it would be DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, and Chris Paul all in the same court for the championship, like everybody in this town thought.
Yeah, except
the Clippers.
We thought they were going to be on the same team.
Yes, sir. I would take that right now.
They're all still playing. Yeah.
I'd take Clippers Nets right now, where it's just like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got our stars. We got our greats. It's Kawhi and Paul George versus the other three guys for the right to own a town in a town that never thought could be owned by that team. I'd love it. That'd be great.
And how about that? The Clippers' big three and their coach still alive in the playoffs, not for the Clippers.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.